why do women and men even interact with each other? You know, like, oh, I'm spilling the beans. I mean, I could really spill the beans here, but I won't. Don't worry, man. I won't go too deep into talking about things. I won't mention anything like we have these conversations when no one's around. I won't mention that. But I mean, I think it's important to like discuss the reality of what's going on because like it leads to some bad choices in life to just ignore it. I mean, I don't know if I've ever met a man who married, dated females they had anything in common with. Men go do what men do, and there's rules. You don't. Is this illegal for me to say? You don't bring other people around when we're doing that stuff. Hell, even other men who are not doing that stuff aren't coming in. I mean, I guess if you're like, doing this stuff over here, you don't understand like why we're not uh, wanting other people up here. So it might not be too concerned down here. You just watching TV. Everyone can do that. Sometimes you're doing other stuff. And so, there's like people act like ignorant of this stuff. And hell, the ignorance kind of hurts me too, because I always thought like, hey, like everyone's the same, and you just like go talk to someone, and then I'm gonna go like, you know, build like a freaking empire with them, and we're gonna play like we're gonna like win video game championships together. We're gonna go like write some novels together, and you know, hell, I took this person I was with. I didn't think this through at all. I went and crashed an APAC event. Uh, Grossman knows. Columbus, Ohio, Grossman knows. He went with me, and I didn't think this through at all. I took this girl I had just met like a week before today. I was just like, hey, you want to go to Washington, D.C. and crash this APAC event and protest it? And she's like, yeah. I'm like this person has had no experience doing nothing, and it was like no experience like fight training either. Like I should have never taken anyone to these events, to any event I've attended, unless they've had like military training or something. And Grossman had military training, and I was like, I should have been like more worried about that too. I mean, because what happens? Assaults. How many times have I been assaulted? How many events have I been at versus how many times have I been assaulted? It's like the numbers really close. So like these unrealities and things we aren't allowed to talk about, like get in the way of me having a good life. So I don't really care. I guess most men just don't really care about anything but one thing. So they just find that one thing and then they throw their entire lives away to secure that inside their house. And then while that's in their house, it tells them they can't do anything they've ever done or wanted to do or work or, their talents. They got to sell their guitar amp. Because they're not interested in what you do. If they were, they would have known before they got with you. They would have known somewhere along the line that, hey, this person doesn't or it could be the other person's lying, but I'm not jump around here. They would know somewhere along the line, hey, this person is like, they don't like listening to people play guitar. And so then I guess it's both ways. Maybe someone else is just better at lying and hiding it, and I'm just a dumb jackknape who's being honest. Obviously, like, why is that other person getting with them if they don't want them to play video games or make music or run their business or be president? or anything like that. And they get together and they have nothing in common. And then these turn into things where people have children and are together for years and years and years. Why would these people, I've never seen, maybe I've seen it and I didn't know I've seen it because I didn't hang out with these people long enough. But as far as what I know, I've never seen people get together because they have anything in common except for I mean, I guess I did have like some business women come around me a lot in my life. I've had a lot of like men in positions I'm not going to name. And, I'm not really trying to toot a horn or anything, so I don't want to name any of the others really either. But, people doing things like my father worked for the people over in the city. So that makes sense that I would have something in common with a female who magically waltzes into my city and works for the people who run my city. And it's like, oh, hey, my dad did that. Hey, I did that. I worked for my dad's business with the people who run the city and stuff like that. And he was always hooking me up with the top of the pyramid, okay? And that means exactly what it means. I've made videos on this elsewhere. We're just going to end that there. But these other people, so I have someone come with that. But you know how rare that would be to find someone I have that someone come with? Someone, I'm running for president, and this person just left Washington, outside of Washington. No one lives in Washington, D.C., except for a few criminals. The other people live outside it, mostly in Sterling, especially if they're military. Sterling, Virginia. But, like I'm running for president, and then this is the closest I've really got to someone who I have some in common with, other than like people with bad attitudes and like rebel people, which is kind of hard to find in this other group here as well. So I got lucky a few times on that. But we had something in common. Now I've seen these other people. I don't think they've ever had anything in common, and they end up like together for like 5 years or something like that. And what are they getting together for? Like, what's the point of that? Like I'm offended by this just as much as anyone else might be offended by this if they were like, willing to accept the facts. Because let's face it, what I've tried to explain this to some people, and some people go straight into denial. And now I understand some people go into denial, and they need a few months to recuperate and reanalyze the world, and then they can come out of denial, understanding facts, and resituate themselves. But like this gets in the way when people are getting together and they have nothing in common. Like it turns to fights and arguments. Um, People wanting to touch other people when those other people never want to be touched. They just want money or TV. I think these things should, like, I mean, we're with this whole thing. We can't talk about anything. Like we're like moving so far away from even breaking the surface of that, which was once just not talked about, but probably not hidden and probably actually accepted is how it happens. But we're like moving further away from that. And I want to move like closer to an area where people come together because they have a reason to. There's no reason to be around someone who does something you hate and dislike. That's going to lead to real negative things. And I definitely don't allow that for very long. Although, sometimes you have like, you end up in the ICU because you don't want to be around that anymore. But, hey, we should I don't really want to advertise the government should make a database, but we got to figure this out.